Oh, hello again, and welcome back to Fishing for Memories. Well, I didn't manage to get out at the start of the season, had quite a hectic time, and just getting out now for my first trip on the rivers. Today I'm down at the River Loddon, after a barbel or some chub. The river looks in nice condition. Obviously with all the extra rain we've been having, it's certainly up, nice tinge of colour. It's quite a nice day today. The wind's been breezy on and off, but it's quite still at the moment. The odd shower, but it's quite nice. That's eased off now, and the forecast is that it's going to be getting quite humid, and with quite a bit of nice sunny spells. So all in, quite nice conditions for a barbus. At least that's the plan. I've got one rod out on those freezer baits that I've got. They're a combination of shellfish and green lip mussel, and quite a dark bait. And that's just out on the one rod to the right, and I've decided to put that one in on the near margins. And my other rod I've got out on a nice small crab pellet. That's a Hinder's Crab and Creel 12mm pellet. An orangey kind of colour pellet, more red than orange. Nice level of oil in there. Not too overly oily like some pellets can be, but just right in my opinion. I've got both the rods to marginal gullies where the fish like to patrol along the edges, which I've always found on a lot of rivers, be they large or more intimate ones like the River Loddon. The fish do like to get down the edges and pick up where the food gets collected down the side. There's certainly a lot of insect life about, a lot of hatches of different insects, and I do wonder if that's going to play a part in making it a bit difficult to catch a fish or two, if they'll be preoccupied with naturals. Just have to wait and see. Feels great to, be back out on the rivers, start a new river season. It's just amazing. The old kingfisher's already given me a flyby, and the river looks really nice. It looks good for some quality fish. Anyway, I'll just pan the camera around so you can get some idea of the spot. Right, this rod is just out, as you can probably just see there, it's not very far out, just where that tree is, or should I say bit of branches. It's just out in front of that. A little bit further than that you've got quite a line of heavy streamer weed. So I always find it's nice to obviously present the bait as tight to the stream weed as possible, but still in a clear area. So, that can be quite a tight area to get accurately. But along this line, it's not too bad and it's clear. And obviously above me, there's quite a bit of tree coverage. So that stops the weed from growing too thickly close in. Obviously the sunlight's not penetrating that area. So I've got a little clear area there. And I've got a pellet rod out onto that area. And it's not a bad spot. Not a bad spot at all. As I say, you can't cast too far out because there is quite thick weed. So just along the sides where I typically find that these fish, the carp and barbel and chum, love to patrol. And I generally do find evening time onwards is very reliable for picking up a fish or two, just as that portal between daylight and night time edges closer and you move into evening time. That time usually onwards is usually a very good time to pick up a fish or two. This rod is just out, and this is the one with the boilie, the freezer bait. It's just out along the margins here, and there's a nice tree that's sunken under the water just to the right here. I've just got it short of that area. There's a nice gravel patch there, once again short of the weed margin, and I'm just letting the line slack a tiny bit, just so the current acts as a back lead effect, pinning the line down without the need of a back lead. It's quite a nice spot. Once again, a very intimate and kind of confined area. But a nice area where the fish feel secure to patrol and come along and have a nose about and pick up some bits of food. Anyway, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to have a cup of coffee, so I'm a bit parched, and I'll catch you all in a bit. See you soon. I'll just show you some of the bait that I've got with me. This is a base mix that I've made up, and this is base mix that's created and produced by Essential Baits, as you can probably tell by the colouring. This is their black snail. I've rolled these using a Gardner long base rolling table. I've done quite a few of these in average size of 18mm. Done quite a few other different shapes and sizes which I rolled by hand, just something to break up the regular shapes that fish can be wary of. It's a very nice, made quite a dense mix, you know, just to make it a bit more crayfish proof, although I'm sure the little swines will still manage to take this off the hair. But I've got a lot of confidence in this. It's nice. It's not, you know, overly flavoured with a strong scent. It's very subtle, light flavours of, obviously as the name suggests, snail, green lip mussel, and fish meals. And the thing I like about that is because it is a very light flavoured bait. It doesn't send off a warning signal, whereas some heavily flavoured baits can send off a warning signal, and fish can tend to avoid them and just pass them by. Anyway, as I say, that's the Essential Baits black snail base mix that I've made up. I'm going to be using this later on my right rod here. I've got a homemade recipe. That's a mixture of, well, I've nicknamed it red anchovy. That's a mixture of sardine, anchovy, a slight inclusion of robin red, a light amount of low temperature fish meals, and a very small inclusion of shellfish. They've also been rolled in 18mm size, and it's quite a nice homemade base mix. And like all things, you know, whether you're rolling your own base mix, in this case with the Essential Baits black snail, or doing it all from scratch with your own recipe, as I am on my right hand rod with the red anchovy, it's just that bit extra rewarding when you actually you know, take a fish on those baits, and a great feeling of gratification. So fingers crossed, I might get some interest from a Barbel or the old chub and carp. Stonking take on the pellet rod during daylight hours, and that was because I was changing the lens on the camera to get some pictures of some wildlife, and unfortunately my target that I was trying to get the picture of decided to disappear at the same time as the rod was wrapping round, so I struck in and felt a solid thud, and then the hook pulled. So I am hoping that I get another chance now that it's just got dark. What I have done, I've changed around the homemade recipe boilie, which is the red anchovy ones, and I've put on the Essential Baits freezer base mix that I made up, which is the black snail, and hopefully we might get an inquiring bite on that. We'll just have to see. Anyway, I'll keep you updated later on. See you soon. £11, 6 ounce, River Loddon Barbel. Cracking fight. Changed from the homemade recipe, the red anchovy, to the Essential Baits freezer base mix, which is the black snail, which I've given some to David George, or David Wallen as he's known, Dip Stizzle. And here you go, mate, just to prove that I've got 100% confidence in it and that it works. Proof is in the pudding. Really screamed off. As I say, I missed another take earlier, and that was on the crab pellet, the Hinders crab and krill pellet. It's a lovely fish, lovely condition. The river's in fine nick at the moment, and This fish is certainly in good condition too. Really gave a lively account of itself and a very worthy scrap. Anyway, don't let it out of the water for too long. I think you'll agree that's a lovely fish. Anyway, let's get it back into the net and let it recuperate for a good... As you can probably tell by the sound of the birds in the background, that is the dawn chorus. It's just coming up to 4 AM. And I've just packed up one rod and was going to get ready to pack up the rod that I've the black snail out on, and that tore off again, and I've got another barbel, as you can tell, and this one weighs £8.5 ounce. It's in cracking nick, slim Jim, a real staunch fight. Both barbel put up a good fight, but this one certainly powered off a lot more. Real meanie, lovely torpedo, lovely condition. Both fish fall into the black snail freezer bait, so I'm pretty chuffed with that, to be honest. I really am gratified and feel quite rewarded to have caught on that. As I say, I should have had one on the other rod as well, on the pellet earlier on. Anyway, let's get this fish slipped back, and I'll see you on my next video. I hope you've enjoyed this one. On my next video I'll most likely be on the Thames, as I do have a ticket for a nice stretch of that, and I do want to get my teeth into some barbel and carp on there. So until next time, tight line.